welcome. My name is Mac and I am a pop culture pack rat. Ever since I was a kid, I have collected everything from toys to video games, movies, CDs when that was a thing, movie prop replicas, pop art, you name it, I've probably collected it at some stage or another, and never got rid of it. Ever since the lockdown occurred on Friday the 13th, 2020, I have done what any rational adult would do given free time and a full bottle of Adderall. And that is empty out all of my closets and drawers, and attics and garage, a few times in some cases, and try to find out what was in those boxes. So many boxes. So many boxes mashed up with other things. I've been resorting and reorganizing, and throughout the process, I have uncovered a treasure trove of items and things that I have hoarded over decades. So, for my own amusement and the amusement of my friends and colleagues, I would like to share with you today a new segment I like to call What's in the Box? Coincidentally, today marks the 25th anniversary of Se7en. Oh, let's get started, shall we? First item I have is from the film Se7en. Actually, it's not. I didn't keep anything from the movie Se7en. I never had anything from the movie Se7en. I have this awesome action figure of the FedEx delivery box. How can I not own that? It's too funny. I love in-jokes and I will always buy it when I find it. So, not actually a promo item, and to be fair though, if it was today and this movie came out, I would totally make this. You want to know if there's a head in the box, don't you? If you squint hard enough, it looks kind of like Hugh Grant. This is from 2 weeks' notice. Let's see here. What else do we have? It's 2020. And we have... yes. I love snow globes. Anytime I travel anywhere new, well, I used to do it anytime I traveled, then I ran out of room, but anytime I go anywhere new, I like to pick up snow globes for my collection, and movies are no different, and there should be way more snow globes made than there are. This is a pyramid featuring snow globe sand from The Mummy, and as we all know, opening up anything to do with mummies is totally good luck. Funny story. I recently shared an article that I saw about archaeologists finding 20 Egyptian coffins, and given that it's 2020, I was like, might as well open them. What could go wrong? Check the date. Oh, October 2019 was it? Coincidence? I think not. Hey, look, we've got 3 months left in 2020, so let's maybe see what that might shape out to look like. I have some lovely tarot cards from 2000's Final Destination. So, what do we think? We feeling good? Feeling lucky? All right then. Which card? The middle one? Okay, here you go. Eh? Good? You get a good one? Oop. Nope, that's not cups. All right, how about a wand? Maybe a wand? We should go for that one. And still not looking good. I think we kind of guessed where the last one's going. Very clever. Final Destination. For anybody else, hanging out here in California, West Coast, Oregon, Washington, we've also got lovely plastic sack. Rain of Fire seemed appropriate, or inappropriate, depending, but all the same. What are we gonna do, right? If you like dragons, now this is one of my favorite kind of promotional items, is I really like things that are in-world replicas. That's what we like to make at work. Really like making those things at work. And I like to collect those and keep them in glass cases and stuff because I'm a big movie fan and I prefer things that are actually from the films and projects versus just simply branded items. And this is a very clever thing that was made for the TV series Dragons, Race to the Edge, the animated series from How to Train Your Dragon from DreamWorks, where they made this awesome leather-esque map of the different islands where they discover the dragons and whatnot from the film. Speaking of DreamWorks, the next item I have is not actually a promotional item, but was a press item, which is the press kit from 1997's The Peacemaker. Now, normally I didn't keep anything like this, but since it was the first film they ever released, I hung on to it for sentimental purposes or collector's purposes. These books were made to be distributed out to all the different media in order to give them the production notes, press notes on the film, about how it was made, details behind the cast members and whatnot. They still make these, not quite as produced with all of the little stills and stuff in there, usually just a Word doc now, but remember, this is very much early internet, and a lot of people were very resistant to things sent digitally, including things like stills. I only have the one black and white still here. These are what they would send to news local papers so they could scan them in and then put them in print. And you'd also get a slide sheet in some of the older kits that, you know, you would then divide up between the papers so they would each have a different full color shot from the movie. I have one last thing to share because another film has its 20th anniversary today, and that is Cameron Crowe's Almost Famous, featuring the band Stillwater. See, in world, I like this kind of stuff. And for this last one, I have a book that Cameron Crowe made specifically for the release of the film that features a wide variety of stories and photography that he had done while he was writing for Rolling Stone and going around interviewing bands and the like. So during the film's press tour, Cameron, Kate, and Patrick were flown around to different cities in the US to talk to local media. And afterwards, we were going to host screenings along with an after party where we would invite local influencers. Well, this is all pretty social, but you know, local folks from the Seattle industry to come and see the film, have it be introduced by the cast and crew, and then feed them food and booze afterwards. Now, when it came to inviting for this screening and after party, I was friends with a guy by the name of Jeff Gilbert, who'd been producing an outdoor summer concert series called Pain in the Grass for years in Seattle, and he knew everybody. In fact, if you've ever been to the Mopop Museum in Seattle, I've gone through the Seattle Corridor section, he actually does a lot of the audio voiceover storytelling about all of the different bands and their histories in town. So I gave the invitation to him to distribute to the people who would like to come to that movie, and Gilbert delivered. I remember the very last person to show up walking into that screening was Chris Cornell. Like, he actually came to a movie promotional screening for Almost Famous, and that after party was amazing. And this is pre-social, pre-digital phones, pre-digital cameras. Like, so I don't have any video or photographic evidence of this. I don't have, sneaky snaps or a professional photography or anything like that, but there was a who's who of Seattle musicians from Soundgarden, Mudhoney. I think someone from REM was there. I mean, it was one of those things where anytime I ran across a colleague in the years that followed before we moved to Los Angeles, we're just like, when are we having another party? All right, and that's it. That's all I've got for today. So that was not even a scratch off the top of the piles and piles of things I uncovered. So tune in for the next show, and until then, keep on collecting, because it'll be good for something someday. All right. That's my show, and Penny, what are you doing?